Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So we get the latest Dev Channel build rolling out for this week to the Dev Channel Insiders build 23440, which was made available on the 19th of April. And there are a couple of changes and improvements to look at just for the purpose of today's video, which may be of interest. So just to dive straight in, and the first, I must say at the outset, I think is a nice move, as I always say, in the right direction, where Microsoft say now for the recommended section in the start menu, and they are trying out an option here to quickly access the release notes for Windows Insider preview builds. And I actually think this would be a nice move, as mentioned, because it just lets you check out those changes and improvements included in the build, and that's available for you right there on the start menu. And for once, I actually think that is a useful and handy change, which Microsoft has for once rolled out to the start menu. Now, the next is regarding diagnosing network problems, and if you do right-click on that network icon in the system tray, they've added the option to diagnose those problems as mentioned. And I think, especially if you are in an area which is prone to network issues and so on, this would be a handy and useful change. And then moving on to the next, as we can see, when it comes to the Windows Spotlight desktop icon, they have updated the icon for the Windows Spotlight desktop. So that's just another change that Microsoft is testing now in this latest Dev Channel build. Now, just to make a couple of quick mentions for the purpose of this video, and moving back to the taskbar and system tray, according to Microsoft now, you can actually hide the time and date in the system tray. So if you want a less cluttered taskbar and you're not really needing the date and time, in the latest Dev Channel build now, you're able to hide the date and time. And this was previously a hidden feature. So as mentioned before in previous videos, some hidden features do make their way into the preview builds for official testing, and this is just a case where one of those has. So as an example, in the latest Dev Channel build, if you right click on the date and time, you can turn this on by right clicking and then choosing adjust date and time, and then that will take you over to the adjust date and time page, where you will have that option to hide or enable the date and time in the system tray. And I actually think that is also another handy feature, which I think should make its way down to the stable version eventually. And then an adjustment Microsoft has made for search on the taskbar, where they were testing a feature, as I have posted on last week, where there was a new hover function where you hover your mouse over the search on the taskbar, and instead of having to click on the search, just hovering opens up the search menu, where Microsoft has done a turnaround on this feature for this week, saying due to an issue discovered after releasing this build, they have disabled the search on hover now and plan to bring it back in a future flight. So that has been discontinued in this week's Dev Channel build, and I think that's more or less what's new. And over and above that, we get the fixes that do roll out, because obviously there are improvements and fixes that do need to be made to the Dev Channel, as it is still early days. And over and above all those fixes, we get the known issues, because there are issues obviously with these early release builds, and Microsoft does make a list of those just to put you in the picture, if you are in the Dev Channel, as more or less what to expect and what could so-called be misbehaving when it comes to new features. So that's what's new in this week's latest preview build 23440, now rolling out to the Dev Channel Insiders. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.